Um, yes, I'm in my garage and was just doing some spring cleaning, and it caused and think about some things. And one of the things I was thinking about when we do spring cleaning, even when we're not in the middle of the coronavirus and this pandemic and everything we're dealing with. Um, it's something we do. A lot of us will do on an annual basis, or sometimes even more than that, to sort of make room for just clearing out the clutter, the things that are getting in the way, that are taking up space, and that we no longer have a need for them. And it made me think about this men's group that I'm starting this week, this Wednesday. If you all would like to join, the first group I'm doing is just kind of an introduction, and it's free, and you can get on Zoom. Just message me, and I'll send you the link for that. But it's called Breaking Through, and we're going to be looking at some of these things in our lives that clutter up our hearts, our minds, our souls, and this is really important work, and it's also important work to do together. Proverbs 18:1 tells us, "Whoever isolates himself seeks his own desire. He breaks out against all sound judgment." So when we try and do the spring cleaning of ourselves on our own, sometimes that doesn't go too well, because we need wisdom and fellowship and partnership and friendship with people around us to support us. So that's one of the things I really like about doing group type work with people, is that it creates this environment where there's a give and a take. We share things that are going on with ourselves, and we look to others to give us input and feedback on those things, and we're doing that for others. So it really does bring forth a lot of growth in a very short amount of time, just because of that dynamic that's taking place with several people at once. So I'm really excited about doing that. Again, as I was thinking though about this the spring cleaning type thing, and the clearing out of our hearts, it just drew me back to why that's so important, why it's so important to take an active role in doing that, because we can have things that build up in us for years, all the way back to early childhood, that we carry in us that don't really go along with God's plan for us, or certainly along with His identity for us, and sometimes they don't seem maybe very important, or they don't seem like they would really add up to mean all that much, but I can tell you they do display themselves in our lives if we don't address them. And I'll say, don't also try not to believe the lie that you've got it all cleaned up and that you're done. Your garage doesn't need any more cleaning. You have everything just how you want it, and everything is perfect. The work of our souls is an ongoing process, and the Bible refers to that as sanctification, which is becoming more like Jesus. Now, none of us are going to be like Jesus in our lives, but we can be more like Him as we move forward. So this is the beauty of the caring for the soul, and I really think now is a great time to do that. Along with cleaning out my garage, I think it's a good time to take a look at the insides and see what needs to be cleaned out there. I wanted to encourage you with Matthew 9:13, which says, "Go and learn what this means. Go and learn what this means. I desire mercy and not sacrifice, for I came not to call the righteous, but sinners." That's us. That's you. That's me. We're sinners. We're broken. We do damage to people and situations all the time that we go through, sometimes without even realizing it. And that's why Jesus calls us. He says, I want you to take a look at these things. I want you to follow me and learn how you can be more like me. So it's really the ultimate mentorship, if you will. And then later on in the New Testament, in Thessalonians, this is addressed again. And I love these words that Paul writes. He says, "So being affectionately desirous of you, we were ready to share with you not only the gospel of God, but also our own selves, because you had become very dear to us." So in these relationships, in these friendships that we build, we create this opportunity to connect with one another, to engage our stories, and to find greater freedom in living in this world. It's hard enough living in this world as it is, and I think that we can do a lot better. We can only I can do a lot better. We can all do a lot better. So don't give up. God's not giving up. I've been doing a lot of reading in the Old Testament, and one thing that is very, very clear as I was reading through Numbers and Deuteronomy and Judges is that God doesn't give up on his people, the people that he calls into relationship, and that's us. It may seem like he's really hard on the Israelites at times, and there's consequences and there's discipline and all these awful things that happen to them over and over again. And the language of God sometimes is, you have sinned against me, I will cast you out, and all these things. But the story keeps going, and God keeps coming back into the picture to pursue his people. He's pursuing you. He has great affection for you. He loves you, and he wants what's best for you. So I hope that's some encouragement today, and I hope you'll consider, guys, this idea of beginning the process of, cleaning out your garage. For one, you have time now, but also cleaning out the things in your soul, and I would love to journey with you on that, as well as a few of the other guys that have already signed up for this group that we're doing this Wednesday. So I'll post the information on this video and post a link for it and all that good stuff, and would love to see you there. Reach out and let me know. God bless.